Assalamualaikum, my name is Muhammad Nasir Hashim. To explain about statistic underground cable about insulating material for cable, insulation resistant or avoid leakage current. So, what is insulation resistant? The insulation resistant is the resistance in ohms of wire, cable, and electrical equipment. It is important to guard against electric shocks and avoid equipment damage from accidental discharge. The method of measuring the insulation resistance is to test and assess the state of the insulation field and body. Next, okay, insulation resistance versus leakage current. So daripada gambar rajah ni kita dapat tafsirkan bahawa semakin tinggi insulation resistance, jadi semakin rendah leakage current. So leakage current akan berkadar sama dengan insulation resistance. Maknanya di sini dia nak sampaikan bahawa sesuatu insulation yang baik mempunyai resistance yang tinggi untuk mengurangkan leakage current. So we all know that no insulation is perfect, having infinite resistance, such as there's some electricity flowing along the insulation or through it to ground. This current is called leakage current. It may be only a millionth of an ampere, 1 microamp, but it's current nonetheless. And don't forget that a higher voltage will cause a higher amount of leakage current. Leakage current does not harm good insulation, but it's become a real problem with deteriorated insulation.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Saya Safir Ibn Umar. My name is Safir Ibn Umar and I'm from Group 1. I'm going to presenting about our subtopic, which is high dielectric strength to avoid electrical breakdown of the cable. So first of all, there's two types of the equation of two types, which is what is dielectric strength and what is the meaning of electrical breakdown. So for the dielectric strength, there's a two type of dielectric strength meaning, which is for pure electrical insulting. The meaning, the theory for behind that is the maximum electric field that can withstand under ideal condition, which is when we put into a high voltage, we inject the material with a high voltage, it can withstand how many voltage and to become to its higher point of insulting. So the specific piece of dielectric meaning the specific material of the dielectric. So the minimum applied electrical field by electrical breakdown, and that's it. So for the specific, we can call as a breakdown voltage, which is the minimum voltage that causes a portion of an insulator to become electrical conductive. Like I say, it is a process when we put a high voltage into the insulting material and it become conducting material because it cannot withstand the high voltage from the process. For the factor of dielectric strength is decrease with increased sample thickness, decrease with increased operating temperature, and decrease with increased frequency. Okay, for the electrical breakdown, what is definition by electrical breakdown is a process occur when electrical insulting material become electrical conductor. What is the consequence if the electrical breakdown happen? It will melting and vaporize the equipment and can cause fire hazard. But for a circuit for a circuit electrical circuit or something that we use in our house or everything. We can prevent it by putting a circuit breaker, which is preventing from the fire hazard to melting down the part of the equipment. But the phenomena of the electrical breakdown, lightning and spark, is another method by can produce fluorescent lamp, neon light, xenodiode, and others. For the mechanism of electrical breakdown, there's a three part, which is solid, liquid, and gas. Meaning by solid is a long time partial discharge precede breakdown, degrading the insulator. So just like the it's the same as the breakdown voltage breakdown. For the liquid, is a complete by hydrodynamic effect present on it fluid extend by non-linear electrical fluid strength. For the gas, is a region of intense voltage gradient ionize and begin the gas to become a conducting material. That's all from me. Thank you and have a nice day.
Hello, hi everybody. So, in my part, I will explain about chapter C underground cable and subtopic insulating material for cable. So, they have three sub content. The firstly is high mechanical strength to withstand the mechanical handling of the cable. Second, non-hygroscopic, and third, non-inflammable. So, let me see. So this is the underground cable, insulating material for cable. So this is the construction of the cable. So they have multiple type of material, rubber or material cable that they use. So the first is BIR, the second is rubber, the third is impregnated paper, fourth is empire tape, so the last is PVC. So let me see the mechanical strength. So high mechanical strength to withstand the mechanical handling for the cable. So in this part we will see what testing that they use to test the cable for the underground cable. So the first is break strength, the ability of material or cable to withstand pulling or tensile force. So the second is flat strength, the resistance of material against the deformation. To see the cable will change the form or shape. So third is strand member. So the strand member is a end component of communication cable, metallic or optical, the function of which is to protect the transport medium. So the last is tensile strength, a measurement of the force requirement to pull something to the point where it breaks. So we can see from the right side have a pictures machine that use to test the cable. So in this part we will see the insulating material uh, for non-hygroscopic and non-inflammable. So let we see the non-hygroscopic. So we can see the picture for the structure. So non-hydrophobic is it should not absorb moisture from the air or soil. The moisture tends to decrease the insulation resistance of the cable. For the example they use in the hydroscopic material is a crystalline powder that is practically insoluble in water. So this material cannot absorb water. So the cable will maintain drain in the underground. So for the last is non-inflammable. For non-inflammable is the cable cannot be burned or overheat. So we will use four type of material. So the first is standard annealed copper conductor. So second is glass mica tape fire resisting barrier. and third is SLPE, EPR, SIR, EVA, PE, and PVC primary insulator, and lastly is low smoke halogen free. So this material can be used as an insulator to prevent the cable from overheat and or burn in the underground cable. So that's for me. Thank you.
Hello, my name is Aiman Kamila binti Muhammad. Now I want to share about unaffected by acid and alkalis to avoid any chemical actions and low cost in insulator material for cables. This is type of insulator materials, rubber. Rubber obtained from milky sap of tropical tree of maybe produced from oil products. It has a relative permittivity varying between 2 and 3. The electric strength is about 30 kilovolt per, per millimeter, and resistive resistivity for insulations is 10,000 ohm centimeter. So pure rubbers has a reasonable high is insulating properties, but readily absorbs moisture. Maximum safe temperature is low, soft and level. Rubber also has a pure rubber, but cannot be used as a insulator material in underground cable. Next is a vulcanized India rubber, or we call the VIR. The whole process is called prepared by mixed pure rubber with a mineral metal such as zinc oxide, red lead, and something, and 3 to 5% of sulfur. This compound Avia is compound, so foam is rolled into the thin sheets and cut into a strips and applied to the conductor and in heated to the temperature of about 150 Celsius. Vulcanizations and product obtained is known as vulcanized India rubber. Vulcanized India rubber has a greater mechanical strength, durability, and wear resistance property than a pure rubber. Its main drawback VIR is main drawback is that sulfur reacts very quietly with the copper. VIR insulator is generally used for low and moderate voltage cables. Third, impregnant paper consists of chemical pulps, paper made from the wood chippings and impregnated with some compounds such as paraffinic or naphthenic material. This type of insulations has also superseded the rubber insulation. It is because it has an advantage of a low cost, low capacitance, high dielectric strength, and high insulation resistance. And disadvantage is that a paper is hygroscopic, and even it is impregnated with a suitable compound, it absorbs most moisture, and this lower the insulation resistance of the cable. And lastly is PVC. Obtains from the polymerizations of acetylene and in it and is in the form of the white powder. Obtain the material as a cable insulations. It is a compound with the certain materials known as a plasticizer, plasticizers, with the with the liquid with the high boiling point. The plastic scissors forms a gel and renders the material plastic over the desired range of the temperature and has a insulation resistance, a good dielectric, a strength and mechanical toughness over the wide range of the temperatures. PVC has inert to the oxygen and almost inert to the alkalis and acids. This type of insulations is preferred over VIR, is extreme environmental conditions such as in cement factors or chemical factors. Chemical factory. As the mechanical properties of PVC is not so good as those of rubber PVC insulated cables are generally used for low and medium domestic lights and power insulations. Okay, thank you.